Same thing about Michigan with this sign stealing stuff. The drip, 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 drip. Stop dripping. You know, the last week it was all, this guy, Connor Stallions, you know, who I guess his mother maiden name was Connor and he grew up on Stallion Street. You know, this guy, Connor Stallions, he was buying tickets everywhere. He was buying tickets for Big Ten games. By the way, my favorite part of the reporting is he didn't buy tickets to Wisconsin games. That's because Big Cat, we know you're going to run the ball. Yeah. And, you know.
Iowa's not going to score.
And no, apparently they bought tickets to Iowa.
Really?
Bought tickets to Iowa.
Wait,
and then we found out, drip, drip, drip. Oh, he bought tickets to non-conference opponents. Drip, drip, drip. And then finally the drip stops dripping. Because you know why? There's no video. That's what we need. If there was a video of some dude that was in Connor Stallion's seat or some lady holding up a phone and you could see it, he's pointing at it or she's pointing it at the sideline of a Michigan opponent. Oh, good Lord. Then it's going to be talked about. That video that went viral, that sign stealers and other stories say really wasn't that much. Watching Michigan football players on the sideline pointing up after Connor Stallions whispered in the ear of the defensive coordinator 2 years ago on the sideline of Michigan, Ohio State. It's just up means they're going to throw it. You don't know the routes. It's just it's a pass play coming.
And they scored on that play.
Correct. Ohio State did,
right.
Not Michigan.
Right. Ohio State.
All that stuff. But it's video. Oh, gosh. That's what we're looking for. So now there's video, apparently, of Connor Stallions on the sideline of Central Michigan earlier this year, watching them take on Michigan State, future Michigan opponent. Now it's everywhere. And now Jim McElwain, the head coach of Central Michigan, has to answer questions, which is another soundbite to keep talking about it. This is what the head coach of the Chippewas had to say.
Before we go any farther, we've obviously are aware of a picture floating around with the sign stealer guy. Our people are doing everything they can to get to the bottom of it. We're totally unaware of it. I certainly don't condone it in any way, shape, or form. And I do know that his name was on none of the passes that were let out. Now we just keep tracing it back and try to figure it out. But it's in good hands with our people. And again, there's no place in football for that.
That's correct. There is no place in football for that. I don't know how the hell this guy wound up on this sideline. And by the way, the fact that he didn't show up to will call and get a pass that said Connor Stallions means nothing. You could just get anybody's name, can get it, and hand it to this guy, and then suddenly he's on the sideline. And for a military man, the sloppiest dude in the history of sloppiness. It's like one of my kids who will just eat something he's not supposed to eat and then leave the cabinet door open with crumbs basically going to his room. And it's just like, you're the worst criminal ever. This dude is the worst criminal ever.
Wasn't me.
If everything is true. And it's time to get something out there. I'm hearing that, and we'll talk to Bruce Feldman about it in an hour or two. Michigan's going to sign Harbaugh to the contract he was going to get anyway, which I think is great, because that means they must have looked into all this and figured there's no more drip, drip, drip that's going to come out that makes this contract moot. Maybe I'm naive, because this is the way through. Beat the crap out of everybody, because Connor Stallions isn't standing on, somebody else's sideline looking like Bobby Valentine in a mustache coming back to the dugout after he got ejected. He gone. He's not there anymore. And the people who he apparently personally Venmo'd to shoot video for these opponents on tickets he's apparently bought, that's gone. Root and branch. Purdue's next. Then Penn State, at Penn State. Then at Maryland. Then home for Ohio State. Tar and feather all of them. Because there's no asterisk. No, sir. Not this year. And you even heard Daniel Jeremiah the other day saying not even last couple of years either, as Aiden Hutchinson folded the tackle of the Ohio State like a folding chair multiple times. And Daniel said, you don't get that from science. All of the jokes, all of the recriminations, totally get it and deserved. Quite frankly, if this guy's doing what he was doing, just beat everybody. Michigan. And then you'll wind up one. To all of my friends out there are like, how has Ohio State won? Because they played people and beat them. But guess what? They got to play Michigan. Without the sign-stealing guy, as Jim McElwain calls him. How embarrassing. He won't be there. Just beat everybody. And the same thing goes for Georgia, too. You know, Act 2. You could say that they've gotten sort of like the, hey, that's your standing thanks to the last couple of years. I mean, they have beaten everyone in front of them. They devoured the world's largest cocktail party. You know, they survived Auburn. They're getting through the SEC, conference because it just means more. But I guess they'll have to take on Alabama in the SEC championship game. That's where we're going one day.
Seems like it.
That's next. And so they got to go through. Alabama keep winning games. Everybody just keep winning games. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.